Welcome back. We're going out of sight with Rick Hancock. Rick, we're talking about the law.
Law and order. Well, maybe just the law around here. We don't have a lot of order around here.
Very, very true.
You know, and sometimes bad things happen to good people, and you might need some legal advice. And we're not going to dispense any legal advice here this morning, but the web is filled with some great resources where you can find a lawyer. And the one we're going to talk about right now is called AVO, where you can find a lawyer, research legal issues, ask a lawyer, and review a lawyer. It's all peer review. This isn't put together by lawyers. These are people who have had experience with lawyers and basically providing some feedback. And this
Avo.com.
is Avo.com. It's on our website at ctnow.com. And you want to just start with browsing in Connecticut. And they break down every licensed lawyer in Connecticut is on this particular website. And you can go from cities to counties and Connecticut cities, every single city in Connecticut. After you find a lawyer, you know, you can, if you don't find the lawyer you want, but say you need some estate planning, you live in New Haven, they'll find the lawyers for you, all the lawyers in the New Haven area, as well as a lot of information. I think this is really critical, where it has all the listings. If they've gotten in any trouble with the State Bar Association, that information will be there. They'll have all the ratings of people who have used them before. And the lawyers are allowed to come on the site themselves and add additional information if they choose to, which I think is a real cool thing to do.
What if they get a bad review? Will they come on and say this isn't true?
They certainly do, and a lot have. And actually, AVO has gotten into, not hot water, but there have been some bar associations across the country that have kind of tried to sue them to stop doing this because but you know, I think it's a great resource for people who are looking for lawyers and getting feedback from other people. So here are all the people. When I clicked on the New Haven lawyers, here are all the New Haven lawyers in Connecticut, obviously, who are practicing estate law.
So you can just break this down by typing in what you need and your location.
And very quickly, you can also ask a lawyer and get literally free advice on a particular topic. Now, be careful. Don't put a lot of personal information. But if you have a general question, there are a lot of lawyers on the site who are asking questions and answering questions.
Posted to the website so everyone can see it?
Exactly. So that's why you got to be careful. And then finally, if you have a good experience or a bad experience, you can post a review of your legal experience with your lawyer and maybe share the good news or the bad news with your friends.
Love it. Avo.com.
That's right.
We have a link on our website, ctnow.com. And if you need a lawyer, you can always go to Logan Burns because he technically is one.
Technically, I did pass the bar, practiced for a few years, and decided this would be so